did. This is not an uncharitable statement. This is not a declaration of any war, it's just a factual statement. And when you compound that by declaring that Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu was a usurper, you're misguided. And when you compound that by declaring that Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu was a usurper, you are thrice misguided. And so, because of this misguidance that I've just mentioned, this is enough, I don't need to go beyond this. The version of Islam which emerges from our Shia brothers cannot be considered to be completely authentic. Now, and therefore, it can now be understood why this partially authentic version of Islam is the only version of Islam which can succeed in a revolution in the modern age. Nobody else. Nobody else. And when Saddam Hussein is toppled, it is more likely than not that the regime which will replace him would be Shia. What this would do would be to lend credibility to the Shia claim to validity, that this is the authentic Islam, because this is the only Islam which is succeeding in the modern world. Israel wouldn't want to destroy that. And so the Iranian oil is not likely to be touched. Wait, and we will see. Okay, I just answered this question. You spoke about the forces behind WW2 being the same forces manipulating the Iranian revolution. I just answered this. Why will Iran not be attacked? I just answered this. If Islamic banks are taking backdoor riba, then what about musharaka and mudaraba? Musharaka is halal. It's called partnership. Mudaraba is halal. I have money, but I don't have business expertise and business acumen. You have a business, okay? So I invest my money in your business, but I'm not running the business. You're running it. If the business makes a profit, I get a share, but it'll be less than musharaka. If the business suffers a loss, I share in the loss. This is mudaraba, and this is how a stock market, actually, stock market operates. But this must be a stock market which is free from riba. That stock market is actually the system of mudaraba at the level of a system. What kind of economic activities will there be in the village? Number one, the production of food. I think I spoke about this previously. And this will be the best food which will fetch the highest price, because organically produced food. Whatever surplus production we have, because the village will only consume the food it produces. We ain't eating no supermarket food, that's for Sydney. Okay? The village will consume only the food which it produces. And the reason for this is because of Suratul Kahf. The Suratul Kahf, where the young men were woken up after 300 years, and naturally you'll feel hungry after 300 years. And they sent one of their young men to buy some food, and they said, فَلْيَنْزُرْ أَيُّهَا أَذْكَى تَعَامٍ. So go search for that food which is purest, indicating that food in the age of Dajjal is going to be corrupted. That's it today. So surplus production of food will be marketed. We get an income from that. Secondly, the village must have industry. In Indonesia, for example, we'd want to concentrate on batik, because the Indonesians have a natural talent for artistry. Batik. Where industry needs energy, where are we going to get the energy from? Where are we going to get the energy from? Are we going to depend on the government for energy? Suratul Kahf answers and points to nature. Points to nature. Go to nature for energy. In Suratul Kahf, which one of nature is pointed out to? Solar energy. وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. How is this affected? They're being turned to the left and to the right. How? وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَتْ تَزَاوَرُ عَنْ كَهْفِهِمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَإِذَا غَرَبَتْ تَخْرِجُهُمْ ذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ وَهُمْ فِي فَجْوَةٍ مِّنْهُ. When the sunshine enters in the morning, the sunshine enters in the evening, but in the daytime sunshine does not enter. And the bodies are rolling to the left and the right. Obviously this is attraction to sunlight. What is this called in science? Attraction to sunlight. Photo? Not photosynthesis. You got to go back to your physics book. Phototropism. And now the sunshine is transformed into energy. What is this called? Photosynthesis. And so Suratul Kahf is pointing to nature as a source of energy. In this case, solar energy. So that you achieve energy independence. You have water independence, you have energy independence. We want to have industries in the village, because we do not want a village in which all our men folk in the morning they go to work to Sydney, and in the evening they're coming back home. This is not a Muslim village, it's a hotel. We want a Muslim village in which Salatul Jummah and the Masjid, Salatul Dhuhr and the Masjid is full. Salatul Asr and the Masjid is full. So for that we've got to provide means of livelihood, sustenance within the village. So the village will have its own economy, and there will be those present here tonight who will be able to do a better job than I can in working out that economy. Why is Tabligh Dawah less effective than Islamic village Dawah? No. I don't know what is Tabligh Dawah. I know what is Tabligh, it is to reach out. I know what is Dawah, it's to call. I don't know what is Tabligh Dawah. Good. I was talking about those who build a 5-star masjid. Oh yes, 5-star. And calling the people to the masjid. And the masjid is full. But they don't know they built the masjid on a ship that is sinking. And the ship is sinking and they don't know it. And when the ship sinks, they will sink with it. And they're calling people to Islam while the ship is sinking. Real da'wah must emerge from a people who understand the world, using Islam to understand the world, and using Islam to respond to the world. That is da'wah, and I gave you the example of how the Muslim village would impact upon the black masses. America and Britain are all capitalist states. Policies built upon interests. Regarding Israel, it has always been a tool of the capitalist state. It derives its legitimacy and strength from these states. Israel and Jews are cowards. How can Israel take on the Muslims? Isn't it the US, with its build-up of troops, that is preparing to take on the Muslims? My answer is, wait and see. Wait and see. I have used the hadith to describe a reality in which one ruling state is about to give way to another. So my analysis